Hey guys, Dan here with Battlefield Curator, and we're going to go over the mistakes that you should not make as a collector. Alright, so what's one of the things that you shouldn't do when you start off military surplus collecting or buying collectible firearms or guns? Check it out. The biggest thing that I see a lot of people do is impulse buy. And what does that mean? That means you just go into a place and you see something you like. You don't do any research and you don't even hesitate. You just say, oh, it just looks so pretty. Oh, I like it. I'm just gonna go buy it. And you just buy it. And you don't even care what price it was. You just bought it. So there's a few things that you should do before doing that. To mitigate that emotional response of just impulse buying, you definitely gotta do some research. You gotta take a step back, look at the price, say, okay, can I afford that? Can I afford like 3 of those? If I can't afford like 3 of those, okay, that checks the box. I can at least get one and not have to worry about making payments on it, having it on layaway, or paying off a credit card because of it. So yeah, definitely make sure that it's within your budget. Also, you want to do your research on what it is, what it fires, what are the common issues with it. Maybe there's some fake markings that could be on it. I mean, you see a lot of like K98s or other German military firearms that might have some fake Nazi markings on them. So definitely want to do your research on that. Now, so do the research, make sure it's within your budget. And speaking of budget, mistake number 2 is people buy so much, or people buy things with not even looking at their budget, that they go into credit card debt. Or they make mistakes and they cost themselves money, then they have to go to a pawn shop and pawn it off because they couldn't make their monthly rent payment because of that. So definitely do the budget. Make sure it's within your budget. Don't spend it, don't put it on a credit card if you can't afford it. Now, what I mean by that, well, credit cards charge a really high interest rate, sometimes like 20-something%, right? So if you put on a credit card and you are struggling to make those payments and you have to pay an extra 20-something% because you can't make the right payments, then you shouldn't buy it. You made a huge mistake. So if you can afford to buy it on your credit card, get your rewards points or whatever, and then make sure that your credit card gets paid off at the end of the month. If you could do it that way, that would be the best solution. But don't go into credit card debt because of a military surplus firearm. All right, so mistake number 3 that I see people do is they paperhand. They buy a collectible firearm and then they sell it for a loss, or they sell it because they need the money, or they with these collectibles, you gotta give it like time, right? Just don't buy something, use it for a few months to a year, and then try to sell it real quick and sell it for a loss, or just get rid of it, because you never know. In 5 years time, that firearm could actually be a lot more valuable, or you might run into somebody that is looking for that exact firearm that's willing to pay just a little bit more than what you paid for it. You never know. But just don't go buy a firearm that's collectible or a collectible relic and then just get rid of it after you shot it, or after you've had it in your collection for just a small amount of time. These collectibles are definitely a long-term, what I like to call an alternative asset, which means it's not putting money in your pocket. It's not an investment, sort of say, but it's something that could hold potential value in the future, especially to when people start collecting a lot more and people get more into collectibles and all that. So yeah, don't go paper handing. With that being said, if you like this video, make sure to pulverize that like button and subscribe for the algorithms. Don't forget to learn history and curate history. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, and make it a great day.